Okay, so here we go. Alright, so my project is going to be about the otakus and how their culture exists inside of Japan, and how it can possibly exist given the strict male-dominated culture of Japan. So we'll start off with the samurai here. And this is a samurai there, wielding a katana. The samurai used a ideal known as Bushido. And Bushido is the separation of this thing called Shugi and Jin, where Shugi is the loyalty, and Jin is the compassion to one another. Alright, so I bring this up because in the Japanese workplace they like to use Bushido because the person that works in a Japanese company is known as a salaryman. And they work a lot. A salaryman is given probably about a week of vacation, so they work all these days. But they get about 2 weeks. But the salarymen are super cool. And because they care about their companies, and they want them to be the most, they usually opt to only take about 4 days of their probably 2 weeks of break. That's 4 days in an entire year. That's ridiculous. The companies, most of the time, will provide them, the salaryman, with a wife. Because they want to see their salaryman happy. Because if the salaryman is happy, they will keep working for the company and keep being nice. Now, in Japan, the school system is very rigorous. They need to have A+ all the time. And most students do this. But there are so many students that graduate with A+. That the job market is so overcrowded that they, probably about only one of these guys, will actually get a job as one of those aforementioned salarymen. And this guy, sadly, will probably commit suicide. Where this guy, right over here, will do something different. He'll go completely against his culture and turn to something known as an otaku. What is an otaku? Well, an otaku is someone who obsesses over anime and manga culture in Japan. This is quite similar to how people in our American society like to worship, or not worship, but like to prioritize sports, where the people in Japan will have bookshelves full of manga and posters. So it's quite similar. That's an easy way to understand it. The cool thing about otaku is a lot of people think that they're useless. But there's this city. Here comes it. This city is known as Akihabara. Akihabara is the Otaku center of Japan. Surprisingly, otaku make up, 40% of manga sold in Japan is otaku manga, which is ridiculous. I think it's somewhere between $6 and $7 billion industry. So that's a lot of money to be made from the otakus. Otakus are seen as antisocial people, always away from the group of people. When in reality, they actually are quite social. But they're social in a different place. They're social on the internet. Because they're allowed to be or because on the internet they hide behind the computer screen, they can be whoever they want to be. They can be anyone. And on the idea of being anyone, most otaku like their anime so much that they like to dress up as their favorite characters from their favorite anime or their favorite manga. And they do this. This is known as cosplay. An interesting thing is, some of the male otaku, that's the wrong symbol. Some of the male otakus will cosplay as their favorite character, which might even be a female. Which is interesting, because this goes against the male-dominated culture of Japan. And this is seen as a step down. That's like all I have. This is terrible. I wish I did so much better. Alright. So, it's interesting that otakus exist because the culture, it's a counterculture. And, yeah.